fucked up, Paddy. But never mind. Good evening, everybody. I'm sorry. I've completely cocked up the start of the show. I apologise, and Andy will never let me do this again. Good evening, and welcome to the MCFC 9320 PUBcast. And as always, we're delighted to be joined by Paddy and everyone in the chat. We've got our leader is away in Benidorm and is probably got his head propped up on a toilet seat now. And poor old Stan isn't too well at the minute. So we send Stan our love and just hope that he gets back to normal soon because we miss him. And let's just, for Paddy's sake, just to put a smile on his...
Manchester United.
Yes, we've all got something to laugh about again. Manchester is, as always, is blue. So we're celebrating our victory today, and I apologise because we've chatted about stuff already, but we will go over it again. I pressed the wrong button, but shit happens. We're here anyway. Yeah, it was well worth me rushing home.
Hold on, I'll get that rewind button.
Yeah.
Right, we're ready to go.
We're ready and we're here. So as we were discussing today's game, it was a walk in the park, really. We went a goal behind early on, but we never panicked and we just got on with it. I think Phil was brilliant, particularly in the second half. Erling dug himself out of the hole with the miss at the end of the first half and scoring at the end of the game. And I thought our fans, particularly in the second half, were incredible. So if you'd like to share your thoughts with us on the game, be happy to discuss them. And Paddy, if you give us your thoughts on the game again.
Well, what I was saying earlier is I just thought that was just an absolute all-round pathetic, spineless, gutless performance by any opposition that's come to the Etihad. Like, we've had teams fighting relegation who've come and at least had some bit of a go. They are absolute. It was embarrassing. It's like nine touches in the opposition box in 98 minutes. 9 touches. They never. It was like if they were told, if you go for that halfway line, you're going to get burnt. They from the minute we kicked that ball off that match, they were camped in their own half. How could you play football against that? It's beyond words. And your man then, what do you call him? Ratcliffe, is it? He's going to knock City off the perch. He must have a fucking shotgun because that's the only way he's going to do it.
Well, that's very true. But like you said, we've seen teams that are allegedly worse than United, and they've given us more of a game of it than United did today.
And 9 times out of 10, Rashford's effort goes over the bar. They got lucky. One shot on goal, and that was it. Like 9 times out of 10, they miss.
Exactly. I don't want to take away from our performance at all. But as an opposition fan watching that, must be so disheartening. I mean, the empty seats at the end, they call us the empty had, it was because of them. They were gone. And when we were at our worst and we played them, we might have got beaten 3-2 or something like that, but at least we'd given it a go.
Yeah.
They don't look like they've got the heart to give anything a go.
I can honestly, I can't think of a worse team that's come to us and played at the Etihad the way they played. It's beyond words. It's but like then you have the pundits then to turn around and say, and a lot of this is the narrative now for this, but from Neville and Spitty and all this kind of carry on. Even though Roy Keane disagreed with him, that Man City are boring to watch. How could you not be boring to watch when they're putting 10 players behind the box or behind into the 18-yard box, and then you have to find a way to get through that or dismantle that? Like, what are you supposed to do? Like, we never have space to run into. We never have a counter attack because nobody leaves their 18-yard box. Well, like, I know certain teams do, but like United never left that 18-yard box. And that goalkeeper, do you know what should have happened in 90 minutes? They should have blew it up because he wasted so much time. And that referee they have on Sky now, the puppet, Mike Dean, he'll keep doing it until the referee tells him not to do it. 29 seconds, he had the ball in his hand. And Mike Dean turned around and said, the clock doesn't start until he places the ball on the ground. How many times has Edison been booked for the very same offence?
I think I'm of the opinion that with Edison, because it goes against our way of playing, that when Edison does maybe hold the ball a little longer, it is more noticeable, and that's why he gets booked. Yet during the course of a game, if you watched Onana today, it was consistent throughout the game that he would hold up play, and that's why I don't think he ever got pulled up on it. And like I said, to go down with cramp in the second half when he'd run nowhere was an absolute joke. And it was, and I think at one point, I can't remember who'd gone down for United, and they had to bring on, they brought the trainer on. And as soon as they brought the trainer, I think it was Onana actually, he went down, acting like he had cramp. Then the trainer came on, and then he got back up on his feet straight away, and then went down again. I mean, it's just a complete farce.
But Gary, it was that bad, and it was that obvious that Gary Neville said on commentary, he's taking the piss out of the referee, and the referee knows it because the referee went over and took the ball off him. And then you see that the problem with that then is you can time waste, right? And then that time gets added on at the end. But say come 90 minutes and it's one each, and because he's been time wasting for the last, say, 7 or 8 minutes during the game, that's added on. And the opposition team then score in the extra time that Liverpool did 99 minutes. Where's the fairness or the justice in that? Like it goes beyond belief how he wasn't booked for time wasting today. And as you said, he went down me cramp. Cramp? Cramp from what?
Exactly, it was embarrassing.
But look, they know, and this way, like when you put that clip on, or Andy puts that clip on, like I hate Man United so much. and I suffered for more years than I care to remember. And I think to myself, Ferguson wanted Pep as his replacement. And I just think if that had happened, I'd have never, or any City fan would have never got to see what we have seen or experienced or witnessed. So that's why I can't, when I laugh, I'm laughing all probably, but it's pure utter hate that's coming out. Like, to me, because I'm going to show my true colours now. I wish they were in the Conference League, or I wish they went out of existence. I wish the bank called in the debt and put them out of business.
And you see, and that's one of the things I wish somebody could explain to me how they get away with having that debt. I just can't get my head around it.
Billion. 1.16 billion.
I can't get my head around it, Paddy. And I'm laughing because there was a thing on Facebook, and where I live, it comes under Trafford Council. And there was a big thing about United's plans for a new stadium. And obviously it all comes under Trafford Council. And what a great thing it would be. And I'm sat reading it, and all I'm thinking is, my bloody council tax is not going to pay to build them a new stadium. Because if that's the case, I'll stop paying the thing.
Yeah, but then there's all the Wembley of the North.
Yeah, but that's a joke as well.
Not an absolute iota, not a sentence to what Sheikh Mansour did for East Manchester. That complex, world-famous complex that's there. How he's redeveloped East Manchester, the jobs he's created, what he's done for that area. Doesn't get a mention because he's an Arab. Oil money, sports washing. That's all you hear. But all of a sudden, Mr. Radcliffe, is it? He now wants to come in, save Man United, knock City off their perch, and then get the British taxpayer to build a new stadium for him. I would tell him to get off the glue or wherever he's on. He needs to get off it.
But this is it, and this is why I can't kind of get my head round. If it is a case of the British taxpayer is going to pay towards this new stadium, how can that be when they've got that amount of debt? It is beyond me. I wish somebody could explain to me properly in real simple terms, FFP, because we're a club that's got money. We're a club that's not in debt, and yet we can't spend our money.
It's like there's a fella I know, right? And because he's so sad and he's so miserable, his nickname is Happy. And it's like everybody calls him Happy. But that's like financial fair play. It has brought in the save clubs going out of business. And the clubs are only to make, I think it's 105 million loss over 3 years. But you can be billions in. What happens in them banks now, them American banks that they're invested in? They go belly up in the morning and they bring in the liquidators, and the liquidators, what do you call them? Will come to me the name of the people that do it. The leaders. What happens? They come in and they turn around and say, "Okay, the Man United there was $1 billion."
You call in the debts.
The insolvency practitioner, that's the name I was looking for. So the insolvency practitioners go in and they turn around and say, right, we have $1 billion there due from us, from Man United there in Manchester. We'll call that in. What happens then? Do you think the Glazers are going to hand over $1 billion?
No.
Not a hope. So how does financial fair play work in that regard?
But that's the whole point of it. It doesn't work. We're being hindered because we're not in debt and we've made money.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, we've made some great money, and whether it be because we've got a lot of sponsorship deals from the UAE now and things like that, but the legitimate deals, yes, you know, I mean, there isn't a thing of ours that isn't sponsored these days. Even if you look at the side of the pitch, there's 2 sponsors either side of the dugouts. You know, we've got the bridge that goes from the academy to the ground, and that's sponsored by Nexon Tires, I believe. You know, the shirts. I don't think it's so much with the men's, but on the women's, I'm sure there's 2 sponsors on the women's shirts.
Everything is sponsored. Everything.
Yeah.
Even the. But is Michael Feeney in the chat? Can you see the chat?
I think he was. I'm sure Michael was in the chat.
Well, Michael Feeney, if you're in the chat or any other Irish supporter who lives in Ireland is in the chat, the 5 cups are coming to Dublin next Sunday. So you can go up, they'll be there Saturday and Sunday. The Saturday's for the general public, and then Sunday then is for the supporters clubs. So if you're in Dublin over the weekend, next weekend, you'll get to see the 5 cups, which I'll be, so I won't be here next week.
But make sure you send me a picture of you with the 5 trophies, Paddy.
It's going to be unreal. It's going to be blown.
Of course it is going to be unreal.
They stand behind 5 of them. Like, not just 1, but 5. Jesus Christ. Like, no. I remember back in the 80s, I thought,
you'd just been happy to see 1, wouldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. We used to celebrate getting the 40 points.
Yeah.
So now I'm going
we weren't going to get relegated.
Yeah. Out of curiosity, have the 5 cups been in display in Manchester yet? Because they've been all over the world.
They haven't done the rounds of the supporters club here yet. I know that. But I would imagine, as with, there must be copies, because I'm sure if you go on the tour of the ground, you get to see all the trophies.
Are you trying to bust my bubble and tell me I'm going to see 5 fake cups next weekend?
No, because it could be that you've got the 5 real ones and the 5 fakes are still at the ground.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Because even when they go to the sports clubs, you're not even actually allowed to touch them.
No, you're not allowed. No, they'll be quantum the thing around them. You're not getting anywhere near them.
Yeah.
But it's an opportunity I won't, because I can't afford to go over to Manchester at the minute. The old financial situation isn't great, and like they're coming to Dublin. So, and like City used to come to Dublin or come to Ireland for pre-season friendlies before they got Arab money, and then they discontinued with the oil paddy. But anyway, this is the first kind of real Man City thing that's been in Ireland for a long time. So it'll be nice to go up and see it. Just they have a photograph of the 5 of them, because it's history, Dick.
Of course it is.
And I'm not really into that kind of like memorabilia or anything like that, and I'm not into it. It doesn't do anything for me. But
you make the most of it, Paddy.
Yeah, it'll be a long day because we're going up and down in the one day. So you're looking
it's
at
a bit
about
of a trek for you.
Yeah, but all I have to do is drive up to the city, and then we're getting the coach then from the city to Dublin, and then we're going to watch the Liverpool match after seeing the cups,
Oh, good.
And
Hopefully
they'll
a good celebration then.
And hopefully we'll be singing on the way down, but to be no alcohol. I don't breathe drinking anyway, but I'll be driving, so but like if we beat Liverpool, that could change. I could book in the hotel.
Good evening and welcome. So Eric Ten Hag said they were close to winning today. Did he really? Did he really? I want some of whatever he's been smoking.
Yeah, absolutely. He says we're very close, yeah.
Yeah, I think he needs drug testing. I'm damn sure he needs drug testing.
I tell you that Redcliffe, he's spreading that stuff around that boardroom. He's giving them all a bit. We know it's a response to some dodgy money. But the insurance man would be happy if the real ones were. This post, stop busting my bubble. They better be real.
Yeah, I'm not busting your bubble. It could well be that you've got the real ones.
Better be. But like, we're talking about the derby today. What about the Luton match? That was the exhibition stuff.
Unreal in that Luton match. Kevin and Haaland were just on the same wavelength. It was a joy to watch.
And I thought we would struggle there.
Yeah.
Like, especially when, did it go back? Was it? It went 3-2, didn't it? And then we went 4-2, 5-2, 6-2, I think it was. I thought, oh.
And it was good to see Kovacic score as well. It was a nice goal that he scored.
Love seeing him in beside Rodri. I hope he plays against the Dippers. I know we have to sacrifice a creative player to get him in, but to give us control in that midfield. I'd like to see him in beside Rodri for the Dippers match.
I think we will.
Yeah, hopefully.
Oh, Goldfish has had a meltdown, has he? I'll have to watch that later just for entertainment.
Where does he be on? YouTube, is it, or somewhere?
YouTube, yeah. Or if you go on Twitter and look up Mark Goldbridge, you'll see he posts clips of his show because he does a watch along.
So even the experts are coming out against him now and saying he's a Nottingham Forest fan.
Well, he is apparently a Nottingham Forest fan.
Yeah.
He just doesn't like it being brought up on his show.
He says all the right things. He get the rags to subscribe to his channel and fund him and give him money and all that kind of here, yeah, that'd be a good combination.
I think formidable. You might well be right with that one because it worked well for us against Luton.
Yeah.
Oh, good evening, Alec. I didn't know it was you because I haven't got YouTube on to see who's chatting. Not YouTube, Facebook. But good evening and welcome. I'm sure we're all going to enjoy watching Match of the Day 2 this evening as well. Because that'll be the only highlights I get to see until City posts them. But I was at the game.
I'll be in the car at 10 o'clock. I won't see it.
Well, I'll make a special effort to watch it, just so I'll sleep well tonight.
You know what they're going to do? They're going to show a few City chances, and they're going to show every Man United thing, tackle, whatever. You're not going to see in a match. Match of the day never do that. Like match of the
Nice one, Alec.
Was he there today?
I'm sure he probably was.
No, I don't think he's that brave to come there. He knew. He
usually is because he normally covers over the City crest when he sits in the seat. He's that bitter.
I know what I'd fucking do with him.
Well, I know what I'd do with him as well.
But the pathetic is You're leading that out.
But I'm sure we'll all enjoy our day in work tomorrow as well. Giving a bit of grief out.
Absolutely.
It just makes it all the sweeter.
Yeah. But the way, do you know what they sound like? They actually sound like victims now. Like they sound like the Dippers. City have 2 teams of 11. No, we don't.
No, but they just
We
think
just have
we
players
do.
that can play. Yeah.
What they forget.
See, that's the problem. Nobody actually challenges the narrative that is fed by Sky. I don't listen to TalkSport or anything like that because they're empty city.
Well, it's linked to Sky anyway, TalkSport, so that's what makes it as bad.
But
they don't want to kind of comment on the truth of matters. It's all about, it's what's going to sell. It's what's going to sell papers or get clicks, or even, I know we had I can't think of his name, the fella on the other week who rang into TalkSport. But that's why they do what they do, because they're going to get a reaction. And I think
I know our opposition fans, right? And I think back to the days at Main Road where we were, let's just say, less than garbage. But I couldn't for the life of me think that somebody would change my mind to what I was actually watching. And that's what Sky seems to try and do, the United fans and the Liverpool fans and the Arsenal fans. They make them out like the Brazil of the 1970s. And then when they score, you think your man's going to orgasm the TV.
Well, I'm sure whoever was commentating today had a field day when Rashford scored.
Did he what? But look, Rashford's not the first to score that type of goal against us. You have to take your hat off. It's a worldly. Your man Townsend did it for Crystal Palace, I believe, a few years ago. Unfortunately, it happens to us. So it happens to us more times than not. But it's like once did that, they never crossed the halfway line, only to go down the tunnel at halftime.
They didn't threaten us at all.
No. Blue Hearts, they're going to glorify Marcus Rashford for his goal. What did he do before and what did he do after it? And he was subbed.
Yeah.
And then Ten Hag then says, he was carrying an injury. Fuck it. He scores some goal for a fella carrying an injury.
But they're going to have to give excuses, aren't they? Because that's all they've got. For United fans now, it must be... They've not got the ability that we had when we were bad. They can't laugh at themselves the way we used to.
Yeah.
And that's one of the biggest problems for United fans these days. It's all, but we won 20. Well, yeah, you did in the past, pal.
Yeah.
You've not done anything. You've won 4 trophies in what is it, 10 years? An FA Cup, Carabao Cup.
That's a major trophy.
Well, of course it is. Except when we win it, obviously.
Yeah. Tin Cup before, now it's a major trophy now.
Yeah.
And Liverpool are on for the quad. And they're all sitting at home, tell us more, feed us more bullshit. Jesus, get a life. You know what I mean?
I know, but they just get carried away with it. And it's like, the papers might have spoke about the treble last season, but you'd never actually heard us talk about it until we got to the last 2 weeks of the season when we'd won the league, we had the FA Cup, and then we had the week after we had the Champions League final. And until that point, you didn't hear us go on about wanting to win, or winning this, winning that, winning the other.
Yeah, but what you heard beforehand was how Man United were going to stop us doing it at Wembley.
That's right.
That lasted 12 seconds, was it? It's just everything they do, it just seems to be thrown back in their face. There's the other thing we did that we don't get recognition for is the domestic squad.
Oh, it's totally overlooked that.
Nobody's ever done it.
Well, Ferguson said himself it would never be done. It was impossible, and yet we did it.
Yeah,
and it's completely overlooked. The Centurions, that isn't given the credit it's deserved either.
Yeah.
If United or Liverpool had done it, I mean, they nearly wet themselves when Liverpool finished second on 97 points.
Yeah. So they still on Sky. I watch Sky Sport News sometimes, and they still show Rooney's overhead kick. How long ago was that?
Of course they do. What is that? That must be coming up to 8-9 years ago. Really, as far as I'm aware, there wasn't any injuries in the game, but I can't, without speaking to the backroom staff, I can't confirm that.
No, there's no injuries. No.
I know. Phil was limping as he walked around, but when he got taken off, but I don't think it was anything to worry about. Blue Heart, it's standard. It's every game.
That should be banned.
And it should be banned. There shouldn't be. It's bad enough that they've got people stuck as you get off the metro and go up the steps to get into the stadium. They're stood there selling half and half scarves. And what I want to say to them is, go and yourselves and do one, because we don't want that kind of shit in our ground. But it was amazing the number of. No, it's not. It's literally just street sellers, Paddy. And I didn't think they could be stood that close to the club and selling them, but they're there every home game without fail, selling half and half scarves.
I maybe I'm more fashioned, whatever, but I can't fathom how you would put an opposition team's name anywhere near your body, never mind your neck.
Exactly, but it's day trippers. It's cheaper for them to do that than it is to go into the club shop and buy a scarf. That's the bottom line of it. And it shows they've got a ready-made souvenir of what game they actually went to for the one game that they go to.
You see, that's the problem, Mr. Sayers. You're going to get that. Unfortunately, you're going to get the realistically, that's what the club wants, and I know we've discussed that the nauseum or on here. Yeah. The club want you to go into the ground. They want you to go to the shop beforehand. They want you to buy Jamie Oliver's pies and chips and that and this and that, and leave 300 or 400 behind you in the ground. They're not going to get that off the likes of me or you or Stan or Andy or Riz or whatever. You're going to go in, you might have a pint at half time, whatever. That's it. They don't want that.
Speaking of pints at half time, in Colin Bell Level 3, Block 324, the bar ran out of beer at half time. You couldn't buy a pint of anything at half time in that particular section. Absolute disgrace.
How did he actually do that? It's not that.
I've got hard. No idea, Paddy, but not a pint to sell. So it was embarrassing.
You know, did they run out of chips one other time a couple of months ago?
Oh, there's always something. I'd be interested to know if anyone saw any trouble today. I believe I just saw a quick headline on the MEN that somebody was arrested for Munich chanting, which is never good. And I will say somebody got kicked out of the Colin Bell stand after United scored just behind us. What a dickhead jumping up and cheering.
Oh, he was a United fan, was he?
Yeah, he was a United fan. And he soon got short shrift and got helped out the ground. So I'm just intrigued if there was any trouble today at the game. I didn't see any, but I'm just
Well, they probably will be in town later.
well, I'm sure there will.
You know, when you're people have
It's a little bit harsh, Horridge.
They should be strangled with them. I wouldn't mind seeing that formidable actually, because Oscar Bob is the business.
It certainly is.
That's like you have some competition for that side now. Oscar Bob, Grealish, Duke, Foden, Bernardo Silva. Jesus.
Oh, look, Paddy, you've got an admirer.
At last. That's because Stan's not here.
That's it.
I'll take it. I don't care who you are, Facebook user, I'll take it.
DC, they are embarrassing. Anybody who buys a half and half scarf should be ashamed of themselves.
They can't be Man City fans selling them half and half.
I don't think. I think they're just fellas that are selling a few dodgy old scarves, Paddy. I don't think there's anything.
Street vendors, basically.
Yeah, street vendors. They've got no interest in City or United. They just sell half and half scarves there every home game.
And then what they don't sell today, they'll keep now until.
Yeah.
They'll probably go to the time we go to Old Trafford. They'll take the leftover stock and try and sell it there.
Yeah, that's exactly what will happen.
Scott, you can PM me for that information. What's half and half scarf? Oh God, another man stealing for a living. We'll start again. Oh, definitely, but Ortega.
I'm not sure Ortega will start against Copenhagen. He doesn't normally.
We're 3-1 up, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, you might get a start.
Maybe. It's just we don't normally do that for the Champions League games.
They might. Because he's no full dagger. He's a very good keeper. Mr. Also oh God.
So looking forward to the Copenhagen game on Wednesday. Do we think there'll be mass changes, or will we keep a? I mean, I know we very rarely put out a weakened team, but can you see there being big changes or just the odd change here and there?
I could see Akanji starting. I think it might have come too soon for Guardiola, or Gatecrashing as we call him. But I definitely think Akanji will start. I don't think Rico Lewis will start. Nunes will start, I'd say. Stiz, welcome, man. I think Nunes will start. Bob will start, but I don't think he'll weaken the team that much. Maybe if we score, say, maybe if we're 2-0 up and it's 5-1 in aggregate, he started introducing then the likes of the Rico Lewis and stuff, and no, Hamilton's gone back to the EDS, isn't he? He's not in the first team, or is he first team still?
I think he is still in the first team. But there's been a few new names down that I've not known. Alec, I don't think Grealish will be back for the game this week or the Liverpool game because I think he's had a recurrence of his groin injury. And you could see against Luton, he was devastated when he went off.
Yeah, he had to be controlled. Foden controlled him actually. If you watch it, that's just bad luck by him. You know what I mean? But I definitely think if we go 4-1 or 5-1 up in the aggregate, he'll make changes then. I would actually, I'd rest Rodri for that match. I can't see them coming 3 goals in our place.
No, and I think having watched us against Luton without Rodri, we've shown it can be done.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not something any of us want to do too often, but if we can win the game without him, all well and good. Because we struggled earlier in. Oh God!
No, tell him no. Andrew,
no, Andy, we're not missing you, and I'm glad we can't actually see you because we're sure that you.
Comedy Gimmer when he block you.
I couldn't I? Could kick him out.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see if I can do that. And that would be fun, wouldn't it? Let me see if I can throw him out. Oh, but then he might not be able to come back on next week, and if it's only just me and him.
Yeah.
Oh God, here we go.
Oh, Jesus.
Nothing to do with me.
It's rapidly gone downhill now.
How is everyone?
Good.
Easy, that one.
I've just muted him. That's as good as it's going to get.
I've not had 1 pint today.
You're a liar. You've had about 20.
Yeah, but I've not had 1 pint. I'm not lying. How is everyone?
Good, thanks, Andy. How are you? Did you enjoy watching that?
Oh, I tell you what we had today. I had Scousers cheering United on today, especially when Rashford scored that goal. I had the shit ripped out of me all the way until super generational Phil Foden absolutely destroyed him. I thought Foden was absolutely incredible today, by the way.
Yeah, he was.
Sniper is his new name.
It's just... Listen, I keep saying, and people laugh at me, Foden is generational. I put him in the class of Gaza in the respect of he's probably better than Gascoigne because he's under the right manager. I think, and dare I say it, if Gascoigne was under Ferguson, you'd have seen a better Gascoigne. So I rate Foden higher than Gascoigne. You know, not just because the trophies won and stuff like that, actually the way he is as a player. I just thought today he was absolutely incredible. How many people was slaughtering Haaland, by the way, when he should have headed that rather than just before half-time?
No, in fairness, Andy, we'd all have been, you'd have been slaughtering him if he'd have been in the ground as well.
Hang on, DC, I can read that. Who goes on holiday during the derby? Sadly, me. As you probably can tell, I've had a couple of beers today. However, something. It was an absolutely brilliant performance from us. Even though Rashford scored that goal, we deserved to be way ahead before that. It was like men versus boys, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You do know this is recorded, and we will be watch this back.
Couldn't give a shit.
Not at the moment,
way,
you don't.
Yeah, you see what it is? He's just
Tomorrow,
Do you like
checking
my
it.
shirt? Do you like
Yeah,
my
nice
shirt?
shirt, Andy.
I got loads of shit for that today, by the way.
Why?
Because, you blue bastard, I bet you never go. I'm like, fuck off, dickheads.
Andy's
Yes,
steaming,
DC,
yeah.
Andy is steaming. No,
Yeah,
he's just
but-
checking up on us to make sure we were doing the podcast.
No, listen, I'm sure you've both done a great...
Andy, in all honesty, we nearly didn't because we were chatting away thinking I'd gone live and I hadn't. So I have cocked up slightly, so I apologise to everybody, but we got there in the end.
Listen, it is what it is, isn't it?
Because I was rushing.
You're not Russian, you're English.
He's very understanding, isn't he?
I didn't know you was Russian.
Yes, Andy, Russian.
Yeah.
No, I'm sure. Listen, I'm certain you guys have done a great job, and I'll you know how much I love you both. See, you don't often get that when I'm sober.
This is very true.
No,
What we have to put up with, folks. God help us every weekend with him. Although he's been quite sensible the last couple of weekends.
Orange Blue, where did Andy's list come from? It's called Madra. That's where it come from, my list. No, sorry to Gatecrash your party, guys. I just wanted to say how much I'm proud of the boys today because we was the better team.
You say me and Anne-Marie?
No, I'm being sensible, aren't I?
The big build-up one on left time.
Story of my life, mate, unfortunately. No, seriously, I thought it was incredible today. If we'd have lost that game today 1-0, it'd have been a total injustice. I thought from minute one, we was incredible collectively. I'm not gonna dig a certain player out because I didn't think he performed. I'm just gonna say collectively, I thought we was brilliant today. Foden was just incredible. By the way, name drop. I was with Phil Foden's best mate today in the Crown in Benidorm. He actually FaceTimed him and Haaland after the match. Loved it. Yeah. Name dropping me, aren't I?
Yeah, you are, yeah.
And did you speak to him?
So what are people's general opinion on the way we played today? Is it before I joined? Is it they was pleased with the performance or just pleased with the result?
Everything.
I think pleased with the performance, really, and obviously United were offered nothing. They offered absolutely nothing. And obviously Ten Hag got booked, didn't he? Unlike his goalkeeper who should have been booked. But there we go.
Is that because he's shit?
Yeah.
Basically.
I'm just looking at some of the comments. DC, I know you are. Adam, why am I a liar, Adam? I don't know. I'm just looking at some of the things. Listen, I'm so proud of him today. I'm sure everyone's the same way. We hate Derby Day. Absolutely, I absolutely hate Derby Day until. Why are you laughing? Oh, God. Paddy. To be fair, mate, I'm just gonna.
Manchester United.
See, I can still do these little things thousands of miles away. No, but seriously, before I go, I need to get a shower and get back out because
yeah, you do. I can smell you.
Yeah, we can smell you from here.
Can you?
There's a question for you.
No. I had to come on tonight just to say how proud I am of the guys today. I just thought, as I said earlier, if we wouldn't have won that match today, it wouldn't have been a case of slaughtering the players, because I thought that was probably one of the best performances of the season we've had. You know, regardless of the result. I mean, the way we just sort of like went at them, the football we played, the one-touch football and stuff like that. Julie, what do you mean? Andy is definitely drunk. I'm more than drunk. I'm more than drunk. I'm drunk times 10. No, seriously, the way we played football today, I would put, and it's not just because of the result. Even, God forbid, if we'd have lost that today, I would have still said that was probably one of the best footballing performances we've had this season.
Right. Just Adam, just to answer your question, no, I don't support. I did support a team in Ireland when I lived in Ireland, but I moved to London in 1985 or 86. And I started working with a fellow from Bolton. He's actually my best friend to this day. And he was a Man City fan. And he took me to a match, Highbury. And I've been a Blues since 85 or 86. So, no, I don't support a team in Ireland. I don't believe in that crack having two teams. Man City and Man City reserves. And I know I'm really...
To be fair to Paddy, to be fair to you, mate, I know you only support one team. After you stopped supporting Chelsea, you started supporting City. So it's just one team for you, mate, isn't it?
Well, they're all playing blue, so... Could be worse.
Listen, I'm gonna leave it here, guys, because obviously I'm drunk. Listen, sorry to gatecrash the party and stuff like that. I'm proud of absolutely everybody today, including you two.
Thanks, Andy.
Is this a good time to ask for a pay rise?
Anyway, I can't hear you properly now. The signal's going quite considerably. Hang on. No, seriously. Thank you for holding the fort tonight. It is very, very much appreciated. And as always, everybody in the chat, thank you very much for supporting us. It is much appreciated.
Say thank you again.
Say what?
Say thank you again. Thank you, everybody. Again. You've only done it about 100 times.
Fuck you. So yeah, listen, thanks guys, much appreciated. I'm trying to do something here.
Right, get in the bed, you now, and pull the TV over your head.
Oh, Paddy.
Manchester United.
Listen, thank you guys. Much appreciated. Live from Pissed Up in Benidorm.
It's long before.
Much love. Speak soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.